Hello again and welcome back to my channel. Several months ago I posted a video discussing the Exorcist initial screenplay. It focused on 5 things that would have made the theatrical release a slightly different experience. If you haven't seen this video, be sure to add it to your watch list. If you're new to the channel and enjoy its content, please give it a like and subscribe. In this presentation, I return to Blatty's early draft and examine 5 more things that would have changed The Exorcist.
Bill did write a screenplay, which he gave me. Bill hired me to direct the film, not Warner Brothers, but right. Bill Blatty. And he had written a screenplay, which he presented to me after he had hired me. I didn't care for Bill's original screenplay. I thought that it was not a faithful rendering of his novel. I thought that he did take it far afield. That was just my opinion. It wasn't his.
Blatty couldn't deny his initial script was too long. Regardless of the author's attempt at a time-saving montage and camera tricks, it had the making of a 4-hour film. So what were some of the elements that were altered or removed? Number 1. Subplots. Friedkin was determined to strip the initial script and cut the runtime. He believed that exceeding the 2-hour mark would have audiences grow restless and their concentration would fall apart. Focus and pace was essential. Keeping the various subplots that revolved around Carl, his estranged daughter Elvira, Mary Jo Perrin's book, Karis's crisis of faith, and Kinderman's investigation could have hindered the film more than helped it. Blatty concluded, these subplots would not only add nothing to the forward movement of the plot, but would doubtless frustrate and antagonize an audience that would be approximately 18 miles ahead of us. Number 2. Additional characters. Speaking of moving the plot forward, Blatty began his initial script by compressing the first third of the story and simplifying certain moments that occurred in the novel. These simplifications included adding characters to help move the story along. This throwaway cast included a scrubwoman, Mike the police sergeant, random Jesuits, and a nameless party guest. Each initiated scenes in exposition. There was also a young girl who paid a visit to the McNeil residence during the exorcism, with the intention of inviting Regan to her birthday party. She was met at the door by Karis and introduced herself as Kathy Hoffman. To me, it wasn't clear what her purpose was in the story. Her inclusion would have momentarily stopped it. Was she a brief and abrupt reminder of the outside world? Was she a figment of Karis's imagination? Number 3. Vulgar Language. There's plenty of profanity in Blatty's novel, but not so much in his initial screenplay. Even in the infamous crucifix scene, obscene language was made absent in the demon's rantings. For a finical audience, that may have been satisfactory. In the end, it just wasn't meant to be. Friedkin strived to be faithful to the novel, but he also attempted to make the film as realistic as possible. During the rehearsals, technical advisor Father John J. Nicola commented that the exorcism scene wasn't authentic, as it lacked the verbal obscenities from the demon. The strong language in actual cases was far beyond what was present in the script. With that, Blatty returned to his typewriter and concentrated on writing some of the worst verbal filth he could possibly imagine. And according to the author, from the multiple selections of lines, Friedkin chose 3. Number 4. Regan Sings. This moment made it from the novel to the first draft to the shooting script, but was most likely removed as it no longer fit the story and narrative. The initial exorcism scenes included psychological attacks on several characters, including Chris, who entered the bedroom with a syringe of Librium. As Karis administered the dose, what started as a mocking laughter from the demon became a sweet, clear voice of a choir boy singing the Catholic hymn Tantum Ergo. The singing continued even as the priest rested in the hallway. Now obviously that didn't happen in the film, as scenes were either removed or altered, but could have it been tailored to fit? Would there have been a way to make the singing work without losing the tension and tone of the scene, or suffer losing the audience? Number 5. This time, you are going to lose. A simple line of dialogue delivered to Marin by the demon off scene. This may have seemed trivial, but Blatty bothered to note it. He wrote, The clear understanding that the demon in Regan is the same one that Maren had met and bested in a previous exorcism in Africa. Further, this plus other hints created an aura of vendetta and further indicated that Regan's possession was a setup, that the target all along was Maren. Another way of construing it, and my own, would be that Karis was the target and the demon himself was being used as the crucible of Karis' salvation. Blatty believed that it could have added an extra dimension to the exorcism. Though the line wasn't used in the original film, it would find its way into the Turkish knockoff, as well as Blatty's own Exorcist III Legion. And those are my 5. Again, it's difficult to say if any of the removed material mentioned from Blatty's first draft could have been reworked into the final script. Would it have necessarily helped the audience understand particular moments in the film? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video.